So how are you living, Chuma?
Yo, what's up, Bob? I'm good, bro. Just tired. Trying to write a show.
Trying to write a show.
Yeah, trying to write a show, dude. My first time ever, and it's fucking difficult. You guys don't speak about it. When you guys do your one-man shows,
I mean, you saw how shit mine was, because like that shit was like a work in progress, basically, where there's like 10 jokes in the whole fucking thing. It's just a lot of exposition.
it was interesting. Also, I think it was the first one you
Was the first like rewrite of that show, yeah.
Yeah.
Because before I'd done it like years ago, like before COVID and shit. And
yeah.
Obviously life's changed a lot since then.
Yeah, 100%. So I think it eventually will become something, but like I'm aware that there's a process to making a show good. You're not just gonna come out.
And it's also, you can't necessarily just write the whole thing front to back, because it's about figuring out what works on stage.
Exactly.
And molding different bits together. And
Exactly. Like I feel fortunate because I'm doing a show. Yimzonke doing like a 2-man, like in
that's the perfect way to
2 weeks time. Don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like I have jokes that I've been doing comedy for 4 years. I've never did like a 1-man. I'm not like rushing to do one, but it's kind of figuring out how those jokes.
But can we actually just talk about that first? Like, I don't get why everyone's trying to do 1-man shows like 2 years in.
Dude, it's insane. It's insane. Like I had an interaction with someone. Yeah, and if they listen, it's cool. But I had an interaction with someone, like a comedian, who started like after me, and I've been in the game for like 4 years only, right? It was 4 years in June, and like I've always like I'm okay with being patient with my process because I know like I want to do this for as long as possible, right? So doing a 1-man now, doing a 1-man in 2 years time, doing a 1-man 4 years from now, doesn't matter. It's just that I need to get good and like hopefully become undeniable one day, right? But anyway, I had this interaction with someone who we're talking about Secret Seller, which is a gig we run as That's Not Funny, the monthly premium gig. And legit, this person was like, thinking of playing, blah blah, and I was like, yeah, cool. Like we're gonna book people. Like the show's gonna go on for a long time. We're gonna book people, but I just like to see you perform a bit more,
Yeah.
Because the last time I saw this person was like once this year, like literally once at Movable Feast. It didn't go well, very bad, but sometimes it goes bad for all of us, right?
Of course.
And I'm just like, I just want to see you.
Just not as Movable Feast, but anyway. There was such a nice room.
Oh, it was so nice, dude. You always did nice there. And like it's all I'm saying as like a booker, I'd like to see you perform more. Like play this Ground Culture, this Kaya Cafe, there's other shows now. Comedy include
all of Candace's
exactly Candace's gigs, Infusion. There's so many gigs. Like you need to be sure that
you can do at least 1 gig a week here.
Bruh,
easily
1 gig a week. That's easy. And this person literally told me, look me in my face, and like, but I have a 1-man. And I'm like, yo, come on, man. And the way they looked at me, bro, like, when someone looks at you, it's like, are you dumb, Chuma? Like, I just did a 1-man now. And to your point, like, just doing one man and thinking that, like, that's what it is, you will headline in the
You have to do that 1-man like 30, 40 times.
Dude, for it to become something, especially if you're like 3 years in, like, what do you think?
Yeah, it takes, like, Dylan Oliphants with his latest one that's coming out now. I think he's been working on that for over 2 years.
Yeah, I was there when he started working it, bro.
Yeah.
When his mom just passed away. Also, that guy's one of the hardest working comedians. Literally, every time I'm in Jersey or anywhere, he's playing an open mic.
He's at every open mic.
He's at every single open mic working on new jokes. Shout out Dylan Oliphant, man. So yeah, I was like, and I think, I'm guessing from that reaction that I got in my head, I am like, yo, this person think that you do a 1-man, you immediately inducted into like Headliners Hall of Fame. And it's wild because like you've done a few 1-mans, like KG.
I did my first one 6 years in, I think.
You hear this, 6 years in. I'm not even 6 years into comedy yet. KG, Ambrose, like Yasin, these are people with a lot of 1-man.
Ambrose, I think, like was like years and years in. Like I think Yasin did it a bit sooner than most, but he also got more popular sooner than most. But like in general,
he also writes a lot. You know what I mean?
And he's also at every open mic.
Yeah. So these guys, this is my point. These guys at every open mic, and they never lead with like, "Yo, but I have a 1-man."
And you also see like Yasin die half the time when he's trying out new stuff. Conrad Koch, he's always at the open mic.
These people are open to dying, bro.
And they are sucking. Like they're trying new jokes, and they're like, "Well, fuck, I guess that's a bad joke." Dude. But then when you see their 1-man shows, they fucking smoking it because they've battle tested it. They know, okay, this
100%.
joke, 30 times I've told it, 25 times I got laughs. It's in the show.
100%. Puppet Power by Conrad Koch was the best show I've seen this year. I went to go watch him in Strand at the Drama Theatre. Dude, to see him, like, I saw Conrad die the other day, like in the beginning of the year at Armchair.
Yeah.
Like, horrible
I've seen him
death.
die at
It was a
multiple times this year.
tough day for everyone. Jam Jam
I
was
think
there.
it was at that gig, yeah.
Yeah, Jam Jam was like, yo, this is tough. Prince, everyone died. And then Conrad died. You would just packed his bags. He was there to work on something, and to see his show, man, incredible, dude. Like, I was mind blown by like watching him for a full hour, and then also understanding what this is. Like, people use like the clubs as like it's a working ground, it's a gym. You know, you gym and then you go like, I don't know, bodybuild at your one man show where you show off your body.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's also about understanding which gigs and which positions on those gigs and where you are.
Yes.
So someone like Yassine and Conrad can come with 10 minutes and die,
Yes.
you know, because you know that they're good.
Yes.
But if you're new, like, you can't die for 10 minutes. You've got to, like, maybe do 2 minutes of new stuff in the middle and then bangers in the front, bangers at the back. So that, you know, hey, you have a little lull. And that's how you slowly but surely seed in new material while still gaining the trust of, like, the other people and, like, the audience and stuff.
Yes, even the person who's booking you to like, okay, this is a nice person to put on the lineup. Yeah, dude. So I was just like surprised with that reaction, and but yeah, that's not like pressuring me to do like a one man. I'm not pressured.
But I definitely think the half hour, the double show thing is such a good way to, like, get into building towards like a full one man show.
Yeah. So I'm doing that on the 19th in Zonke. So like
Where you
30
guys
minutes
doing it?
each at Gorgeous George.
What?
Hopefully posters come out like on Friday.
That's fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a nice venue.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully posters come out on Friday.
Yo, you like making people spend money on drinks, sir. The
Dude.
secret cellar
I
and Gorgeous
love those
George.
drinks. Yeah, I'm like, woo. Without those drinks, I'm like, yo, yeah. Usually, I just get a drink when I enter, and then I'm like, I'm gonna sip on this for a very long time. But I'm doing sober October, so hopefully I don't. Someone told me I look thick yesterday, so I'm gonna lay off the beers. This is the second person to tell me I look thick in a month, so I'm gonna chill a bit. And then like I have so this is where I'm actually gonna be like working out like what a one man show could look like or feel like. So I just want to get the feeling of it.
Yeah.
So I know at least in this like next 2 years what I work towards, what kind of jokes work. I'm doing I was asked to do like a one man at Pangea.
Okay, I don't know Pangea.
Pangea is a festival here.
Oh, cool.
But
that sounds like a trance festival.
kind of, not really trance, but like yeah, like kind of that vibes. Like
Okay.
a lot of fake holistic people doing ketamine and
Yeah.
MD. It's fun.
And wearing bendies and
Yeah, dude, we did a 3-man last year. Me, Nate, and Tlantla. Yeah, we did a 3-man. So that's also gonna be pretty interesting because like I feel like I want to do a 1-man there because no one's buying tickets for me.
yeah.
So whoever comes in, and then
So there's no obligations.
yeah, you know. So there's no pressure being like, hey, come to my show, and then yeah, like pay for this, and then I'm still working. So it's nice. Like I'm gonna work out, see where I'm gonna be chilled with it. It's just work on material, seeing if the narratives like I've or the links I've created work, and if
There's a whole-
material lasts, and like how a body of work could possibly look like for me. You know.
Have you done 30 at all? Like headlining or
No. I don't think I've played last,
but you haven't
I
got
don't
to
think I've
30.
been booked to be like, hey, come headline. I've done like a 30-minute I don't like a 28-minute, but that's just like a rambling and like, oh, I'm doing well now, and it's a movable fee, so no one's flashing me, so I can't go without. So I
I
closed.
used to do that at dropkicks all the time. So
No, there's one time I really like closed with fire at movable fees with like 28 minutes, but obviously it wasn't just straight material.
yeah,
But that's what I kind of I'm torn between like, actually just to speak up, I'm torn between like because I'm really like interested in. I was even talking to Mojak about this when I was in Jersey, about like and when he was here about improvising. I know it's been like in the last 3 years and with the introduction of TikTok, it's something like even something I found on sometimes. Like, you know, this is what you. I think someone was saying that one of this, I forgot this guy, comedian and actor. He was like, I can't believe.
much for Biglia.
I think it was him.
Yeah,
He was like,
I know the video's been going around.
yeah, like, oh, do people think like you think improv is like the magic, like, oh, that's what we do when we're in trouble.
Yeah, crowd work essentially. It's
crowd
like
work.
it's like, oh shit, I'm not like doing well, my material's not going well. Let me mine from the crowd and get you on the side. And that's also it. It's like you bring people in.
Yes. It's easier. Like I feel like crowd work is easy for me, but it
The
doesn't
expectations
necessarily
are lower.
Yeah, expectations are lower, dude, and people see you doing like magic in real time, right? Also, and it's harder to write something and write a joke.
Of course.
But I think like crowd work or improv is not strictly crowd work, right? You can do like a narrative based improv, and I'm kind of like studying that now because I'm excited about that. And it's something I want to, I guess, incorporate for the festival. Because, man, when people are drugged out, I don't think me setting up punchline the whole time, they're going to kind of enjoy that. So I need to kind of work and see where I'm at with that. And I'm excited, dude.
The thing is, you are good at being in the room. Like, that's one thing I've always like enjoyed about your comedy is like whenever you come on after someone or something, you always have like a little quip, you know, to say about it. You always like, you'll point stuff out in the room. You're not necessarily doing crowd work, but you're making the show unique for that night, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not all just 10 minutes of the exact same shit you've done before.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love being present. I love being like visibly present. Like when people can see that I'm here and I see what's going on. And I think that also helps me write jokes. Like I'll record myself. Voice note for myself. So, and I can see, like I have a new, like maybe a bit of an angle or something to investigate there and to, you know.
And also you can come up with new tags, like
Exactly.
stuff on the night. Like that's, for me, I'm someone who like, I write like pretty tightly and then I'll go on stage and I'll cut half of it out whilst I'm going because I'm like, that's not going to work, that shit. And then new tags will come in that. And then that's basically my process. It's always like, expanding, contracting.
Yeah, kind of similar to me. It's like you're saying, you're like, okay, this won't work maybe here. So you try to make it for the room in some way, but also like you've been thinking about it. So it is like active writing.
Always, even in the car on the way to the gig, you know, like you're going over your stuff, you're thinking about things. Yeah.
Yes. I was telling Vasa yesterday, like another, because like Vasa was saying this in Jared, like I do tend to like there's something new every time, like there's a different like angle to my jokes every time, and that's because like I'm not maybe super confident in like this joke. Also, I'm like, fuck, I've been saying this joke for a while, so what can I like? How can I go into it? Like I want it to always look like I'm just thinking of this thing or it's conversational. So it's like using the 10-second like crowd interaction I have to move into the joke, you know.
Yeah.
Where you from? Oh, cool.
Something tells me you've hosted before.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you to the Movable Feast and running your own gig. You get to host quite a lot. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what I can come up with for this show, man.
Yeah, well, you guys also, I mean, that's the thing. It's quite a lot to be working on a one-man show, but not just that. You have your own like full-ish time job, and you also have another full-ish time like comedy promoting career.
Yeah.
So how are you fucking balancing all of that?
Bro, it got hard, like super hard last year. Like I was working as a full-time animator for like the past 6 years.
Yeah.
And like I played a festival last year, comedy, where it was actually Pangea last year. I think that was when it was starting to creep into me that, fuck man, this is getting a lot, running a weekly and then like trying to play all the time, like getting booked a bit more. And then like 9 to 6 is animation. And then, you know, to get better in animation, because I work with people who are really dedicated.
Who were you with at the time?
I was working for this company called Lucan.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, really, really dope company, really dope studio in Cape Town.
And you landed up doing Kizazi Moto with them.
Yeah, I worked in Kizazi Moto.
Which is by Disney, if you don't know.
Yeah, it's a... What do they call it? Anthology? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the word. Yeah, 10 episodes. So made in Africa by different studios in Africa. Yeah. And we did one episode called Moremi, which is, I think it's episode 3.
Which one? I watched all of it. I can't remember this.
Episode 3 is, so Moremi is about this girl who, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's like, visually it's gray. It's about this girl who comes to life and mom's like the superhero.
Yeah.
Bad explanation. I'm sorry.
But people can just go watch it.
Yeah. I think it's episode 3. We won like best art direction for that. because fucking Vian is a beast, who's one of our directors. So yeah, like that. Also, like I don't like half-assing things. So like towards like the middle of last year, I felt like I was kind of in between two places. I was trying to run Movable Feast,
which was popping up like hard at the time.
Heavy, dude,
and you have everyone in the country messaging you.
100%, bro. And then also like trying to manage relationships with artists. Trying to
we could talk about that.
Also run another, like we were running Evil at the time, so like which was Thursday.
Oh yeah, you started that one up for a little while, yeah.
And then trying to run like monthlies, like stuff in Stellenbosch for Colcaccio, and like it got a lot, bro. Like I could even feel it in my body that this is not good, because I also want to like write more jokes and be a better act when I step on stage. But it's hard to do that when I had 2 all-nighters in a row the previous day, because I'm trying to like finish a deadline,
And also comedy, like you tend to have a drink or two after the show, and like
exactly. I literally chilled from alcohol because of that. It's like, man, like if I have to wake up and I'm living 30 minutes away. So if I have to wake up at like 5 o'clock or like even 9 o'clock, and then I have to be dialed in, animating, and then like conceptualizing whatever is needed from me, designing, and then having to tap into comedy. Like, so I felt like I was half-assing both things, because now I'm going back on stage, doing exactly the same script as yesterday, the same set as yesterday, because I didn't have time to even think about it. And like, I value time, bro. I value my time. I love being able to like I like to not be forced to do anything, so I can at least think about what I want to do. And yeah, like, so I started freelancing.
Structure my life like that.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm also like working towards now. Like I'm freelancing now. I left my job last year, which was a tough decision, but it's been good, man. Freelancing.
But you still have those contacts there, and like you do some work for them.
100%. Still do some work for them. Just finish a job the other day, worked in another one. Now I have time to also go on castings and learn that side of the game. Go on act on ads and stuff.
Are you with an agency?
Yeah, I'm with an agency. I'm with Culture, South Africa. Shout out Culture.
Okay. I need to get involved in that. Now that I'm in Cape Town, I'm like, shit, I need to get some representation.
Dude, I think, we'll talk. We'll talk after this. We talk. I know a guy. And this is cool because they look for like interesting people rather than like just like, ooh, your look is cool, but it's like, what else do you do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And how have the castings and that been going?
No, going good, dude. Going good. And so like I've had more time for everything. So more time to put into also That's Not Funny.
Yeah.
And that's how I've been able to create like other gigs. We've started Secret Cellar this year, which is our monthly gig.
Yeah, which is a phenomenal gig. Like it's at the Cape Town Club.
Cape Town Club, which is an old gentleman's club.
But it's also interesting because I met the guy who bought it, and he used to run the Rand Club in Joburg.
Yeah. Filmed just for laughs, I think, in Joburg.
Yeah.
So even he knows, like, if you speak to when you speak to Robbie, they know who he is. Yeah. And he just wanted us to do something in that room.
Well, he seems like really passionate about like actually bringing Black people and that into the space that's been exclusionary for so long, essentially.
Dude.
And also not just Black people, but people without money necessarily.
Exactly, bro. It's just like come in and have a good time, which is very important to even mention, because like we use like venues here that are owned predominantly by white people.
Yeah.
And whether you're bringing money or not, I feel like we had a thing like that where like we bring money, but it's like people use code words to say, I don't like what's happening in here.
It's too many
But
markets.
we know what you're saying, bro. We know what you're saying. You're saying there's too many Black people in this room.
Literally.
And that's the thing of Cape Town, bro. It's like you'll use other words. This is not going well. Like the quality of this. It's like, bruh, we know what you're saying. There's too many Black people here in your room, and you don't want us. You don't appreciate what we're doing. So easy. So super dope to be working with a guy at Cape Town Club and running the Secret Cellar there. Also, we're doing like gigs for Colcaccio. We run the comedy shows.
Stellenbosch,
yeah, that's in Stellenbosch, but not necessarily only Stellenbosch.
You're going to do other ones too?
Yeah, we're going to tap into other markets. Thinking of doing Durban, hopefully.
Out a gateway there.
That would be nice, connecting with like the Not Quite Right people and like doing something that's.
Yeah, I've got a contact for you.
Thank you. I wonder who started that, dude. That's Not Funny, Not Quite Right pretty interesting names. I like it. I think there's something there.
We could do a collab festival one day with all the words somehow together.
Yeah, not quite
That's
funny, bro.
Not quite funny.
Yeah,
That's
that's not right. It was some shit. And then maybe in Joburg also. So yeah, we're doing some dope things, bro. Even got Tristan in now, who's a young comedian, but also has facilitated comedy shows at festivals. And
oh, crazy! I didn't realize.
we did Wolfkop in February. Me, Jared Pillay, Ambrose Huron.
That's really cool to see because like I like have performed at lots of music festivals, you know, like Oppie Copy, Splashy Fen, and then I'm trying to remember other ones, but like really small ones.
The Bush one, MTN Bush, no.
Nah, I've never done Bushfire, but yeah, there's been like smaller festivals and that, and then like I've either emceed or like I ran a festival. Well, I helped book a festival called Outland. It was only for 1 year.
Yeah,
we like had a whole big comedy section there.
Yeah.
Like I got other people to like run it, but yeah, we brought like fucking Luz and Robbie and fucking Simi and everyone.
Sounds like a fucking fun time.
Oh, it was a crazy weekend.
And that's what we're trying to do, bro. Like, I love hanging with comedians at these places. Also, like, performing at a festival is like, it's very interesting. Like, I remember Wolfkop, like, the audience, the continuation, like, it was hard to have continuation because these people come and go.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
yeah, that's it. Like, there's people filtering in and out. There's people talking at the back.
Yeah.
It really battle tests you. Like, Oppie
Exactly.
especially, that was
Must be
crazy.
wild.
Because you're also like fighting with the fucking main stages and the
Yeah.
music. And
Dude, that's what we were having at Wolfkop too. But it worked out, bro. Like, Rafa and Theron came through, did a Namaste Bay there. And so, yeah, we bringing Tristan in also into That's Not Funny is because he sees the same vision as us, right? We're trying to also scale up and not just do the thing that many people do is like, I think that's also like maybe gig running. A lot of guys just see it as running the room. Like you just do that and it's like, yeah, man, you have a chance to expand here and like scale up and actually do something with your brand, right?
that was always my dream in Durban, but like,
But you did things, bro. Like you worked in festivals and stuff. So that's a kind of like the same.
it just never, like, I'd say the way you guys have done it is way better than the way I did it, right? So like I started the Heat City Comedy Festival just because I fucking wanted to. Like, you know, there wasn't like a need for it. I mean, I guess there's a need for it from the comedians and to a degree the audience as well. But like there wasn't like a
And sometimes the audience don't know what they need. So you have to do it.
exactly. So that was the thing. And like I think the first one actually, you know, did all right because we had like Carve in there, we had like, you know, big names and stuff. And the problem was like the scene itself was too small, you know, like, and the gigs we were running, or at least the ones I was
Urban
running,
scene specifically.
yeah, was like, you know, they weren't necessarily selling 50 tickets, you know, a week. Whereas like you guys, like especially with Movable, got to that point where it's like, you know, full every single week.
Yeah.
And then you slowly but surely expanded. You slowly but surely added other gigs. And also like when Evil didn't work, you guys were like, cool, let's let that one lie.
Yeah.
Let's look somewhere else.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And that's the thing. I think you guys have been really smart in steadily building things instead of like me where I just took like this massive swing and hoped, you know? It's like
Were you also working on your own?
yeah, I was
Yeah.
yeah, that was also the thing. I did up until Not Quite Right stuff. I basically did everything on my own.
Yeah. But like we even knew of your work when we were in Cape Town. Like Nate put me on to you. And also like the dope thing is that like Nate and I started it. Like Nathan Levenrad, shout out my boy.
People can go listen to that episode.
Yeah, go listen to that episode, bro. The Loud Jew, as they call themselves. I'm grateful, like blessed to have been working with someone who I started comedy with. We started like a month apart, and we had met actually before comedy. I was facilitating and like organizing like gallery exhibitions
stuff and that.
Yeah, so like music and art and like pop-ups at like galleries around, because I'm from the northern suburbs, right? And nothing happens there. So my friends and I, like one day, my friend Winton, who I studied with, and Andrea, who I was friends with since primary school, we would like come all the time, like, because we were into the same things, right? We'd come to Cape Town or to Arbs to come and enjoy things.
And there wouldn't be the stuff you like there.
And we'd like, no, not necessarily this. There would be stuff that we like also, but it's like, man, we have to drive like 30 minutes every time to come and enjoy something. How about we start something and at least see how that thing can go? So it worked like in Stellenbosch and like trying to get into these white spaces and give platform to Black or people of color artists, right? And that's how we were doing things like North of the Social Club. We'd do like gallery exhibitions where we like have pop-ups, like emerging musicians, people selling clothes or whatnot. And then like gallery exhibition. Like I worked with Samurai Farai there, sold a piece of his. And a few other artists, like graduates from Stellenbosch University, or like just some self-taught artists.
Because I only realized yesterday, so I was in Stellenbosch yesterday, that Eerste River's near Stellenbosch, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, so you drive very fucking far to get here.
Bro, every single, yeah, that's why it's so hard, bro. It's like running a weekly show, and sometimes it doesn't make you money, and then you driving to the show, but having
Spending
to
like
ask someone
150
like,
rand petrol.
yeah, dog, do you have like 100 rand just so I can go home? Or like, I'll give you a lift if you pour me some petrol so I can go home after like running a dope night. After like, what's this guy, Dion Cole, has just played your room, and you're like,
Yeah.
how do I get home now? You know? So it's pretty interesting, but you do it for the love and hopefully the money one day. But
anyway, as you're saying,
met Nate in Stellenbosch. He was DJing there, so we collabed with a collector that he was working with, and we like I vibed out. I saw his T-shirt. I'm like, yo, dog, dope T-shirt, and we started speaking of thrift in Cape Town, which is pretty interesting because I have a joke about thrift, and it comes from that conversation kind of.
oh, dope.
And then we met like 2 years later. I saw him at Armchair. I'm like, yo, dude, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Like, yo, I'm starting comedy today. Then I started, I think, the next week or the following week, and so we'd always, because we started together and we started in Armchair, like when Nati was running it, we were able to see what a good gig looked like, right? And what is needed. And that like, yo, if comedians, like the community of comedians supports a gig is bound to be successful.
Yeah.
Because as an audience member, if you walk in and there's a bunch of people outside and you're like, oh, this is, it's a vibe. Comedians create a vibe.
Yeah.
And so you're like, cool, like, we just need to find our own thing. Also, we wanted to do it for stage time, right? So we'd like talk about it in my apartment or at his place. And eventually, like we found a room. We felt like we were ready to run a room. We did pop-ups before. And then when we found a room, we decided to do it, bro. And I think the reason it's been successful or like relatively successful is because we were working together.
Successful. You guys won the fucking award for best gig in South Africa at the
dope.
Comics Choice Awards, which is voted for by comedians and the public. So
yeah, that's I appreciate.
You beat Celeste and Tully fucking and the big dudes.
Or pubs, like there was we're up against
Bioscope,
we're up against heavy hitters, but no lies, bro. I was like, we winning this. I was not.
You guys also campaigned hard.
Yeah, we campaigned, dude, and we felt like we deserved it, dude. Like our people were telling us to also campaign. It's like, yo, getting messages like, bro, send me the fucking link, bro.
Yeah.
Like you have a community here that you can use, and that's the power of having a weekly gig that's well attended. That people like fucks with you and want you to see you guys succeed, right? And that's why it's fucking sucks that we're not there anymore. But like we move on to bigger and better things.
Well,
right?
Speaking of which, you actually just started a new gig last night from when we were talking.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Overwhelming, bro.
It's
like,
at the back
really
of Clark's now, right?
Yeah, it's the Bree Street Community Hall.
That used to be the skate ramp and stuff.
Yes. So it's the back. It's called the Bree Street Community Hall, right behind Clark's. You walk through Clark's to get to it, or you use the passage. And dude, like way more people than we were expecting. To the point, I'm like, fuck, we have to get chairs for these people now.
That's never a bad thing,
dude. Yeah, it was overwhelming. Obviously, first gigs, small things we need to sort out, but like after that, I felt like, cool, we're back up running a quality show. So yeah, that's going to be a bi-weekly for now.
Okay.
Which works because I think also introducing, because of the last at Movable Feast, right? We couldn't charge. We weren't allowed to charge. Yeah. The venue didn't want that from us. So also introducing like a payment system takes time and we need to get people like used to doing this. So I think I'm happy with bi-weekly. For now, just like 2 weeks to market a show, do it, and yeah, bro, fucking dope. Comedians on fire. Obviously, we have so much to pick from.
A bunch of extra comedians came and jumped on.
Again, like, yeah, that's the dope thing. Like, Vafa came through. He just landed from Josie. Yassine jumped on. And that's the dope thing about Cape Town is that we have access to guys like Yassine, to guys like KG, Conrad Koch.
Which is great if you're a promoter, but it's terrible if you're a comedian. Like,
getting bumped, boy. Yeah, it's dope, bro. And I think that's why the scene, the comedy scene here is thriving in some way, especially like at least the weekly gigs, the open mic scene, is because like our OGs don't mind like lending a hand or offering their talent to us. Yeah. And that's why we have a responsibility of putting on good shows, right? Like me and Nathan are always strict on a few things. Like I think we both, that's why I like working with Nathan. We both care for this thing, right? Yeah. We both care for producing really good shows for comedians and for the audience and for the venue itself, right? The owners or whatnot, the staff. So we need to have a stage. Those are
want
the things we
everyone to make
negotiate.
money, like, you know?
Exactly, bro. And also have a good time and look
Exactly.
and add to the brand, to all brands involved, right? So that's how we speak about things like we need a stage, we need a light, we invest in our own lights, and like we need a sound system. Like those are the I played so many gigs where I'm like, like you want to create something here, but you're not willing to like lose a bit of money and like getting a stage or a light or something. Those things help so much, right? To curate, you have to create a space like to work, and yeah, that's why I think me and Nathan have been able to like, I don't know, make it work. And yeah, the introduction of Tristan also helps because he also believes in like the same things, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's no use.
And many hands make light work.
Yeah, again, to your point, because you said you were working alone for a lot of years.
Yeah, dude.
And like, yeah, I've been grateful. And we see it here. A lot of people have ran gigs. It runs. It does well for a bit, and then it kind of dies out. Because unfortunately, man, you can't be a comedian and a showrunner and think you're gonna like, you know, unless
one of those things is gonna suffer.
Yeah, one of the things is gonna suffer, and
or both.
Unless you have to be really like, unless you really experience. But other than that, man, like getting an extra hand and someone who also like believes in the same thing that you believe in and has the same vision that you have always helps, dog.
Definitely.
You know.
But yeah, so you were saying you were doing galleries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like, I remember you've told me before that you were making posters and shit like that.
Yeah, dude. So that's how. So I was studying architecture, right? But after my second year, I knew like, okay, this is not going to be my life. And in that time, just to make a bit of extra money, I would make like like posters for parties and stuff, bro.
Yeah, because that's you like. I mean, you and I have connected pretty hard on like the music side of things, like Gom and like
love Gom, bro.
Yeah, like and just in general, like hip hop. That's out of like music and that. But so you've been like quite a big part of that, both here and in Joburg and like.
Yeah, mostly here, not really in like Joburg. I would just go check out the shit, and I had like homies like Tanda. I think you interviewed Tanda, right? Yeah. Tanda Man Jones.
Yeah, although he's got another name that
that's
had before.
Tanda Way too. I think it's Tanda Way too. Shout out. I think
that's the one thing I'm missing about Durban at the moment, bro. It's just like I can see the parties happening, and like I'm just like, fuck,
bro.
Those vibes are different, dude. That Cape Town, the segregation here, like the problem is if I go to like a black party here, like I'm looked at funny. Whereas like
interesting.
Not necessarily, but it feels that way maybe.
Okay.
Like, but in Durban, it's like, you know, there's a good 10% of the audience that's white. Like, you know, it's a normal thing for us to hang out together.
Yeah.
Well, whereas like I find here in Cape Town.
Bro, if the music was muted here, right, and you walked into a party, you can immediately tell what kind of party it is. But like looking where I think like in Durban, you don't know. You might be like, is it a Gom thing? There's a lot of white. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a lot of white people. Yeah, it's easy. You come in, you're like, okay, cool. The DJs are black because everyone here is black.
Yeah.
It's a fucking white party because there's no black people in here.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to a Blk Jks, one of my favorite bands of all time, right?
Yeah.
Like really my favorite band, Blk Jks. I went to go check them out in Stellenbosch, and I was. My friend,
that's a crazy place for them to play, but they played lots of white places.
Yeah, and it was a dope venue. The Daisy Jones venue there. It's super sick, and my friends were opening Indian Miner.
Oh,
yeah,
crazy! That was who was in that again?
Matt is in Indian Miner. Matthew, what's Matthew's saying? No,
not Matt Hitchens. No. Not Matt Rapsod.
The names will come again. Matthew, James. 4-man band.
But they were some of the guys had other projects before, right?
Like, I think Matt plays on his own. I don't know about their project before.
Okay,
I definitely don't know.
I remember Indian Man.
Yeah, the drummer Keenan, who was I think part owner of the gin bar. He has another project that was really popping. He's the only one I know had. But they write music, they score, I met Matt because at Lucan, the first studio we worked at, or when I was at the first studio, upstairs there was a sound like a sound recording studio, and Matt were running them. So I'd see those guys practice when I was doing all nighters. They were busy like banging their music, and when we go to their concerts, like I know the song. How the fuck do I know? Oh yeah, it's because they were banging this shit at like 10 o'clock while I was trying to get my work done, right? So they were at Daisy Jones opening for Blk Jks. Well, I don't know if they were opening for them, but they were playing in the same lineup. And bro, literally, like my friend Sam and I were the only black people there. And so many, like, one white girl came up to me, he's like, yo, I really love you guys' music. And like, it's so political, but also spiritual in a way. And man, I cringed, just tell her like, yo, dog, I am not part of the Blk Jks, but keep it moving.
Obviously, she thought you were Tshepang with the
Yeah, or the
dreads.
dreads, like, yeah, I'm Tshepang Ramoba. Yeah, that's me, man. But that's Cape Town for you.
Yeah.
Like, how am I the only, like, how are the only two people who came down and watched this thing? Like,
And it's the fucking blackjacks, like,
Yeah.
But I also find like they never really penetrated the mainstream here. Like, so weirdly enough, like them and even what's their name again? Like the Brother Moves On, I guess, has gotten like the white festival circuits essentially had like a few bands that they were like, I mean, they were phenomenal bands, but they were always playing to white audiences.
Yes,
basically,
like Endless Days,
Yeah.
like Brother Movers. I think Blk Jks played Endless Days, and I understand why. It's because
that's where the money is as well for them. Like,
through the monies, but what other festivals are bringing like I'm a piano festival is not gonna have like
yeah, they very rarely have bands in general there. And
also there's really like black festivals, like black like festivals that are focused on black music.
yeah,
I don't think there's much like I've been to many festivals. Not once was I at a festival. It's usually like a 1-day thing maybe. But yeah, that's like they only play where they want it, right? And
Yeah.
that's why they play the Opi Copies and Endless Days
and Europe,
Yeah,
like
that's where the money
that's
is,
the
bro.
unfortunate thing. I mean, I've even spoken to like Spoke Matumbo about this and like a few different people. It's like it's an unfortunate thing that if you don't do what mainstream black culture like is happening at the time, you're kind of just ignored like
Yeah.
as an artist here, like as a black artist in
Yeah.
South Africa, unfortunately.
Because also, yeah, like if the ANC doesn't fuck with the music, you're probably not paying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of like,
Or the departments of arts.
yeah,
Sure.
that money comes from government, right? And they're not booking like,
Yeah, but that's a whole.
yeah, it's a whole. That's why Chomi fucking
Understandable.
from Arthur from 999's label is still performing. It's like Chomi, no one knows the music anymore. Like you popped in like 06 or 04 or something, but you're still getting gigs through the ANC. Like I saw the EFF rally in Khayelitsha, right? Like Blk Jks were never gonna play there. Like Brother Moves On were never gonna play there. Even though if they played, some people would enjoy them.
Also, like I'd say, like the Brother Moves On, and that their politics probably line up pretty well. Like,
Dude, exactly. But it's like I'm telling you, bro. If they once started their things in Khayelitsha, people be like, "Hey, man, this is boring, bro. Play some calm." So like the rally, right? Like the EFF rally, they had like 40 artists, bro. And it was all like just DJs, like a bit of like diluted gum, like Cape Town gum, which I am a Cape Townian, but this shit is diluted
don't
here.
get me started on that.
And then like I'm a piano, so like yeah, these guys have to go play elsewhere, right?
Yeah, it's a bit tragic, but where were we before we got into that? You're talking about
Like music, like making posters. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to. That's how I kind of saw that
was
was
the
the
start of
beginning
your
of my
journey.
my journey, my transition from like architecture into animation was because I was doing posters. So I got familiar with the Adobe Suite and small things like that. And that's how
yeah, how did the animation thing come about?
bro, someone just, hey, we need like, we have this program at Umuzi, which is at that time was more of a, so what do you, like, kind of like a, what do you call these projects? Like,
Beta?
yeah, like an incubator, right? And it was, at that time, it was mostly like art and like design driven. So a lot of people would go work, like a lot of people I know now working at ad agencies came from the same time as me, like, and dope photographers, like artists. That's where I met Tanda at the time.
Because this was up in
And
Joburg, yeah.
This was in Joburg, yeah. So they were starting to like get cohorts from Cape Town, and I was the first. 3 of us were the first ones from Cape Town to go there, and that was an interesting experience, bro. Like lived in Jeppe's town.
That's like that to me is still the thing. Like, I mean, I don't know what Esther River is like or whatever, but I know just in general from Cape Town to Jeppe, probably a bit of a culture shock in
Bro,
some ways.
Easter was a hood, dog. But even people from there, if they got to Jeppe, that like some people, dude, literally, like, right? There were 3 of us. One of my friends was from like Musenberg, so she came from like a nice home.
Crazy.
You know, like went to a super white school. She had just finished high school, and like my boy Kola, who we all met through this program, right? He is from Philippi, so this guy is used to the hood, right?
Yeah.
And I have family in the hood, like East River's a hood. Like my mom teaches at like government schools in the hood. My parents we've always been around that life. So it's nothing shocking to me. Like I go hang out with my cousins and friends, the hood, and also like it's South Africa, man. I grew up in Eersterivier, lived in Mandalay first, went to Malmesbury, which is super. So I'm used to like a lot of places in South Africa, like used to. I've lived amongst
How different
everyone.
everything is.
Yeah, I lived amongst everyone in South Africa, and when we moved to Jeppestown, also I had to do like a photo series, and mine was focused on like the immigrant experience in South Africa, right? So I went to go document Somalians in Bellville, which was hard because they don't want you to take any pictures.
Obviously.
They'll tell you everything, but as soon as you whip out a camera, everyone disappears. They're like, yo, keep that shit down.
Yeah.
So I did like the Pakistani or Bangladeshi, because those guys, a lot of them in Easter, and I got to know a few of those guys. Anyway, we moved to Jeppe, and the first day, bro, we get there, and someone was literally just maybe 30 minutes before taken off the ground. Like the lady died, was shot on the road. And then it's like, oh, we're moving this lady out, but you guys live here in this ex-abandoned building. Like a few years ago, like a year and a half ago, this shit was abandoned. It was a hijacked building, but we just painted it up for a bit and fixed it up for you guys. So, bro, and the girl, like Sue up here, cried so hard because she didn't expect that shit, dude. Coming from a nice life to move to Jeppe's town.
Yeah, and especially at that time. I mean, I don't know what it's like now, but
This is in
like,
2018, bro. 2017, like the height of xenophobia. Also, that's like a melting pot of like the guys from Durban, taxi drivers, guys from Zimbabwe, like Limpopo. It's like a melting pot. Everyone gets there and then they decide where they go into in South Africa.
Yeah, because it's a bit like Jeppe's typically a bit cheaper, and it's also it's like well located, basically.
Yeah, it's in the CBD, bro.
Yeah,
and it's and also because of how cheap it is and so many hijacked buildings, it's a bit lawless,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's where I met like a lot of dope creators who like kind of inspired me to like, cool, I'm on the right path.
But yeah, with the animation thing, like, what was the actual situation?
Yeah, so I got through there, like, and then we had to finish a 3 months course. Had an interview at Lucan to intern there as animation because I had like the skills. I knew the Adobe suite.
Yeah, but there's like having Adobe skills, and then there's learning how to actually fucking animate.
So I basically interned there for like 4 months, bro, for like a bit of money, bro, for like a stipend only.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, cool, we like you. And I think I'm very teachable. It's easy to teach me. And like, I always strive myself in working harder than anyone next to me, right? And I still carry that in comedy also. I'm like, cool. A lot of guys are funny, great POVs here, but let's see where you are in the next 2 years, right? Because I'm going to come to gigs. I'm going to drive. Like, if I don't have petrol, I'm going to drive the thing on the empty tank, bro, until I get here and get some gigs. So that's how I got through animation, working for Luke and interning there. And then just stayed there for like 6 years, bro. And got better in animation, doing research on my side. Also, YouTube is a whole school, bro.
Yeah.
You actually really...
I mean, everything I've learned has been through the internet.
Yeah, even your jokes, I can tell, bro. Jokes, psych. First joke.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's how I got into animation. Yeah.
But what's that been like for you? I mean, like, because it's obviously not a thing you had thought about, like, as a kid, but also you're getting to do a thing that I think a lot of us as kids would love to do.
Yeah, dude, it was so like mind like opening, right? Because I got into it also, like I was keen to get into it because like I'm a fan of like visual art, right? And video art specifically. Yeah. And that was a way for me to gain skills to kind of do my own thing in the video art space. And yeah, like it was super dope because like now I have the skills I can like kind of link it with comedy. And I knew leaving.
Why aren't you guys doing more videos, bro?
running gig, dude. It's just so fucking much, bro. I meet every day. Someone's like, "Yo, dude, I have this idea in an animation series." So we do these things. I'm like, "Bro, who's your illustrator? Like, do you have an illustrator? Do you have like a storyboard?
Like,
an idea?
Do you have funding?
No. But I just have like this character. He's dope. He smokes weed. I'm like, no, dude, this is so much money.
Yeah, you got to hit up the NFVF, get the development funding. After that, you do a fucking treatment. After that,
thank you.
You do a fucking animatic. Dude. Like, I've been through the process, so like, yeah.
You're gonna record it. Are you gonna pay for the voices to be recorded for this?
Literally for our animatic, we got Lindy, Kate, Neil Green, and a few people. Like, and we paid them and everything. Like,
sick.
Yeah, the thing like never got made, but we still have all the stuff for it. And then
that's interesting. But I'd like to have a look at it, just see what you're.
I'll show you. It was my friend and I, Sheldon Bankston, because he's actually worked, like he's written on lots of like animated shows and that now. And yeah, like he had this idea and pitched it to me. I was like, yo, I need someone to help punch this up. And I was like, let's fucking go.
Sick. That's also another thing, talking about punching up. Like, I wanted to get more into, but I don't think I had the opportunity as much at Lucan, and I thought I could do it elsewhere. Like the opportunity to kind of write more. Like this year, because I was freelancing, I had the opportunity to write a bit more now on things, right? Like where people are like, hey, doing this ad campaign, but I need this to be punched up. That's a lane I'm really excited into getting into,
nice.
and I've already started now lightly. But I was also doing these things with my friends, like Rowan. Rowan Clegg is a
Yeah,
comedian.
because you guys had that whole like crew that like I used to see. You guys had like writing sessions on Tuesdays or something. Like
Yeah, we had a writing session separately to like Ambrose them, but we had a writing session and we do like That's So Sketchy, and we'd like record things. But obviously we didn't have like a proper production, but a lot of a proper production house or like people who could produce these things like quality for us,
Yeah.
and we didn't have expertise in that. But that's where like the birth of like, yo, we can actually write dope things. We really write dope things, right? And like I've ghostwritten on a thing or two, can't mention it, but yeah, I've ghostwritten on things that I'm proud of that I saw on TV, and I'm like, oh shit, that's actually my joke verbatim.
So you one of Trevor Noah's guys, eh?
No, I'm not on that level yet. I'd love to. So yeah, like it's like I always talk like like I fucks a lot with Mojack, and I think he's like
he's found the right path in terms of
Yeah.
all of this, and he's got a good balance between the comedy and the writing side of things. Although, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think if you ask him, like, he's very happy with the way things are. Obviously, every comedian,
Yeah, I spoke to him. He seems like he's in a good place, and he worked hard for it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it took time, but he gets to like work on so many dope projects. He's one of the first people he was called to to add on to write, and that's kind of a
he's run
that I
many
really
writers'
like.
rooms that people have watched. Like, if you've seen anything on like South African and funny on Netflix, yeah, Mojack probably was on that. Same with Showmax.
Yeah. Same as Loy. So that's kind of I'm trying to be in the writer's room, bro, because I have like something to add,
That's the only reason to be in Joburg, I think.
Bro, it is because Lindy.
Yeah, Lindy.
Yeah, Lindy Johnson. She started like writing. I think, I actually heard from your podcast.
Yeah.
How much like the thing transitioned to like she's writing a lot now, which is a dope blend. But unfortunately, man, I'm not big enough to be playing like artistry, so I don't want to be in Joburg just playing like open mics, bro. But otherwise, for writing, I'd love to, bro.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about being here in Cape Town, I think, as well, is like there is all the film stuff and there is like the creative and ad and stuff, but like in a weird way, like Joburg still seems to be the hub for like us, if that makes sense, in terms of like writing on movies or TV shows and that sort of thing.
Yeah, especially as people we comedians, like we're not people who come from school as like writers, right? Like I know for myself. So for someone to get me into a writer's room here, I'm like, who's this dude, bro? Like
you have to come from UCT, like drama department.
You've written in many like magazines or something. Like they're gonna get Dan Corder to go write, like to add humor over me, which is wild. Shout out Dan Corder, he's dope. But I think if it comes to like writing, like if it comes to like humor, if it comes to Bobby's cracking, I wish you guys could see his face right now. If it comes to humor, bro, I'm putting myself up like if it's not comedians, like I think I can add a lot to a room, right? To like a script or whatever. And I've seen like with the project that I did, like cool, like I have something here. But it's just getting that opportunities, right? Just being in the room helps a lot.
But don't you worry about being too fragmented with your skill set, maybe? Like, with the writing, the animating, the organizing, the performing and that.
I do worry about it, but I think I'm a bit more in control of my time now. So it's I can say yes and no to projects where like working a full-time job, it's a bit harder to, but I think all these things kind of come together in somehow. Like when I was doing the writing project, when I was writing for something, and that gave me so many, while I was writing, that was giving me so many ideas on bits that I should probably, because it's a new POV. I have to put myself in someone else's someone else's head, right?
Which is a great writing exercise.
Dude, so dope. I didn't know that, right? But getting the opportunity to, I'm like, cool, I have to write jokes for this old lady, old black lady, right? Old Zulu lady. And that's jokes immediately for me, bro. That gives me so I can perform, like I'm a better performer after that. And so I do worry, but I think I have more control of my time. Also, like there's guys like I can see who are doing the thing, right? Yeah, these guys who I'm like
Like,
literally like Mojack, who I see like, cool, this guy has his hand in here, has his hand in here. Like I'm not doing it at these level, but it's like cool to start, you know. I can do all this.
well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, even when Mojack was here, he was recording voiceover and stuff. Because I was like, yo, let's hang out. He's like, yeah, I've got a voiceover thing. I'm like, what the? Why are you working in Cape Town, bro? You're on holiday. Like,
Also, I think is one of the most. I think he's the best. He's my favorite comedian here. Just on his
he's very high on my list too.
on his fucking like as a host, obviously number one, but also just like like how absurd he is and like talking about real things but making it so funny.
And he's just so unassuming with his delivery on that like he manages to land some really big punches, and you only notice after like it's hit you that you're like, oh wow, like you didn't see it coming. Whereas like someone like me, I'm a bit more abrasive in that, and like you know, like Mojack, I rate him very highly.
Yeah, I rate him too, and so like also like what like just to I can go into another like train of thought. I guess like what inspired me to get into like comedy, right? Is is Pure Monati show.
Yeah,
that was the first thing I ever saw, and I'm like, oh, these people look like me. Yes, they're old, but they look like me.
They're here in South Africa,
they live in the same world that I
local,
do.
like
But they also find, and they're older than me, but they also find these ridiculous things like funny.
Yeah.
So like I am right in my thinking somehow, right? Like I relate to them, and so this thing is possible to like to be silly and make a living out of it, and I think that's how I approach my like absurdity is like my thing. But I don't think I'm great at it, but like that's what I strive for in terms of comedy. And it, like that whole crew showed me that like, yo, if you just put in work, you write things, and produce things and have proof of concept, that could lead to like
I mean, they also like were very lucky with the timing, and like I think wasn't. I'm trying to remember who was the person who organized the money for all of that, but like, yeah, like they
not Kibuga.
I don't think it was Kabuka. I think it was what's his name? The guy who runs the Joburg, or it's Kagiso Ladiga's manager.
Oh, what's in the
Secunda Bima, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
At our newcomers incubator, he was the guy chatting to us, and
I mean, they stole like, well, they didn't steal, but they didn't return laptops and stuff, and that's how he stole like he started like his management agency and
that's
stuff.
That's insane, bro. I didn't know that.
Listen to the episode of them. He like I went and
you interviewed Dagunda.
Yeah,
dope. Yeah, you've interviewed. Yeah, man. There's so much gems in this. You interviewed Fortune Shumba. Also I met in Joburg. Like so dope, damn.
I think they're going by Mbu now, but yeah.
Okay. What are you saying?
I think Fortune's going by Mbu now.
Okay. Okay.
Judging by Instagram.
Okay, sick. I need to actually follow them on Instagram.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been lucky in my life in that, like, because of, I don't know, I've just created shit that, like, I am interested in and enjoy. And, like, through Durban Is Yours and that, and through stand-up comedy, and like from Durban Is Yours, and then I'm writing for like fucking Noisy and all these other things. So I've been in rooms and in places and met lots of people that are fucking cool, man. Yeah. And like I always found, so when I was doing interviews for like Bubblegum Club or Noisy or something like that, you'd chat to someone for like half an hour to an hour, and you're literally writing like 1,000 words. And it's like there's all this other like chat that's just not there. Yeah. So that's why I was like, start the podcast because I'm like, I want people to be able to hear the whole fucking
bit of long form. Yeah, dude, I've heard some like fucking gems from I know about people's experiences that like just for laughs from listening to the podcast, right? And I think it's so important. It's kind of the same as why I say it's so important to have like OGs here, and so what to call them OGs, because some of the guys are just a few years older than me, but they've been doing comedy for longer, right? It's nice to have access to them so you can know like what you need to stay away from, or like kind of, like imitate in some way.
And I do think like, when you're talking about people like that, like you're basically talking about like people like Yassine who really have, like, I attribute like a lot of the current state of Cape Town comedy to people like him who do give 100%. Advice to young people, 100%. And are like, he's the reason why every Cape Town gig, like your opening act does 10 minutes and they're like literally actually the support act, like whereas everywhere else, the opener would just be someone shit doing 5 minutes. Yeah. Whereas like, he's like, no, make sure the crowd knows this is a comedy show and it's going to be good.
100.
So it's like, yeah, being the first act on is like a sign of trust.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like I remember when I was like, okay, cool. When we would do gigs, like, Chuma, you start for us. It's like, okay, cool. We know you're gonna do a good enough job.
Yeah.
And then like you're getting the show started for us, right? And you're not a headliner yet, but you're starting things out. And I think that's dope, bro, because like it showed us how to. We've learned from the guys like Yasin and even Gosnea Timaki, who really did a good job starting Armchair up after COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard he did a great job with
bro. Like a lot of us came in under Nati, like a lot of my class, like if you like doing comedy for 4 years or 3 years, you basically
that post-COVID, like
yeah. Like I started in 2021 in June, just when things were starting to open up again, and because of those like structures, those guys are like clear and communicate to us, right? We know that okay, cool, a gig, even in booking, whether it's an open mic or not, you know, yo, some people here in Cape Town are at a comedy show for the first time, so we better make sure that this is a good night so that they come back again and that they go to other comedy shows and support there. And I think it's so simple to run a good gig. It's a lot of hard work, but the information is there, bro.
Yeah.
The information is literally there. Like, gents will tell you, bro, like, speak to Yasin, he'll tell you, like, nah, maybe change this. And there's space and, like, and chance for you to, like, disagree if you're disagreeing.
Yeah,
but it's on
maybe
the
do it your way.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's always, that's the thing, there's lots of different ways to do this thing.
Yeah.
But there are also ways that just have worked.
Yeah, 100%. And you can see it yourself, right? This proof of concept. And I think when I go to other places, not to be hating on other places, but it's like, man, you can tell when there's a big disconnect from young cats like myself and the guys who are like 3 one-man shows in or like 10 years into the game. You can tell when they're not like communicating with each other. The foundation really
is a big example of that.
Yeah, it breaks down because like the guys who are doing well are like in the clouds and they're not talking to the people on the ground, right?
But also,
so
like,
those young
financial
people
incentive is like a big thing, right? So in Joburg, and I mean even in Durban, someone like Colin Goldstone, like, you know, he doesn't do the max, you know, like he's got his own life. He does the cruises. He's gone, basically. He'll still do shows in Durban.
I love that term. He's gone, bro. We can't catch him now. He's gone.
Literally, you know, he's just on a whole different level. And it's kind of the same thing in Joburg, where people are making their money from the TV stuff, you know, and the comedy is no longer their prime focus.
Yeah.
So they're not always at the max and stuff like that. Like someone like Dylan is, and someone like Dylan will give you advice if you ask him for it.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
But in general, like, there are some OGs like Sean Ray and that, like, and Tsitsi who are running Bioscope and that, but it's not like
it's your OG now. That's hilarious. I'm joking. I'm fucking with you.
He's been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, I know he has.
He's good. He's popular. Like, you know, he's on a level. He's an OG.
Yeah, no, he's a good comic, bro.
Yeah,
and well respected also. He's earned his stripes here.
Yeah, and he's that in our party together once, and that was wild.
Oh, nice, dude. I'm proud to hear that. Yeah, he said, I'm proud that he was partying with you. That's dope.
No, it was me, him, Mojack. It was a bunch of comedians. Like,
it's just that some guys I don't like. I love partying with comedians, and there's just some guys I just never think they like party. So when I hear they party, I'm like, oh, this is fucking dope.
Oh yeah, no, like, I think the problem with comedians is they party a bit too hard a lot of the time.
That's your time, Bob. We a bit more responsible nowadays.
I have noticed that. Like, Nate doesn't drink. You're like doing sober October and like.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's unfair to put me in this the same level as Nate. This guy's only 6 months sober, so he's doing. But yeah, but I've always been like careful about like my intake. I think my mom's head is always in my head. Like, also I just don't enjoy like being totally like losing myself, but I love partying. That's like good music is my thing, bro. I love going to check out bands. Going to the Brother Moves on this weekend. Nate and I are going to go check them out on Friday.
Yeah, that 300 Rand ticket is just a bit much for me to lose points because I've got to go to a wedding at the end of the month, and like that literally flying to Durban, hiring a car, like fuck, it's a whole thing.
Nah, it's a lot. So yeah, I think that disconnect, like, but you do make sense that these guys are basically doing bigger things in stand-up comedy. It's not their primary focus.
Yeah.
And that's why they can't go to the open mics and talk to these.
And there's also, I think it comes a time in your career as well where it's like you've given enough. Like, you know, guys like Mojack and that, like with Luz and Simi and Robbie started fucking Kitcheners, you know?
Yeah.
Like they
did
they did the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they helped build the scene. They've
Yeah.
done it. And there does come a time where, yeah, I think you're allowed to move on.
I think so too. And when I say that, it's not like I don't think the responsibility is only with guys who've been doing this for a long time, right? The headliners. It's also with the young cats, right? Like,
They have to have the desire to make it better.
Yeah, I was in Joburg, and when I was there, Mojack and Baxter were hosting Bioscope.
That was Bioscope. Oh yeah, that was this weekend.
Yeah. Like a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to go chat to Mojack. You know, I talked to him like when Laz was here, and I had the opportunity to speak to him. I'll speak to him about these things because I really care, and I understand that I'm still young in this game, and I'm trying to do bigger things, right?
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you speak? Like, I speak to you about things about, like, when you came here, we spoke about like running festivals and like you've been running gigs, so you're a person to speak to. KG, like,
although I'd say, dude, you guys have it pretty fucking like well done.
We're trying. Thank you, bro. Thank you. It's because of everyone else who's always available to help out. So yeah, I think it's also a responsibility. Like, if you're running a gig, bro, or if you're a young comedian and you want to get better, like, you have the responsibility to research. That's what you do with any other art form.
Hundreds of podcasts, not just this one, but like, you know, I've listened to lots of international podcasts by comedians, and they'll tell you what makes a good gig and what makes a bad gig.
Exactly. What makes a good host, what makes a good comedian, how you should what you should do when you're like new at an open mic, you know, how you should conduct yourself. Small things like that. Before I went into comedy, I knew how to conduct myself. When I go to a comedy show, you don't run the light, you know. You ask the host, when are you on? You say thank you to whoever hosted you and gave you the spot. Small things like that. Literally. And I see people who like don't do those things, and you can like, you always like, yo, thank you for the spot. Before you even bounce, you always, yo, man, thank you for the spot.
Yeah, and then I'll probably send a message afterwards as well.
Yeah, which is really fucking dope. And I think...
Yeah, but it's also like, I do fucking appreciate it because I know what it's like to run gigs.
100%.
And I know, like, you don't owe me fucking anything.
100%.
So it's like, thank you. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, out of all the fucking comedians that are, like, in the city, tonight you gave me some time to, like, do my thing.
100%, but in front of people, right?
Yeah.
Who were there for comedy. And it gets lost in some people, again, to the talk of like, yo, I've done a one-man, so why am I not playing your gig? It's just not understanding the landscape of stand-up comedy. This is a struggle, bro. Like, you know, no one owes you anything.
No, and like, comedy will humble you. That's the thing, like, everyone always says, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, the quicker it humbles you, the better it is for you. Like,
exactly. 100%. You don't want to get humble in year 7.
Literally. But it's also like, I think the problem is like, always are getting humbled, they're just not feeling it. So they like,
it's delusion.
There's the cope, you know, that's just like, so I think comedy unfortunately does attract a lot of delusional people as well.
I think I'm learning that now. I'm like, I don't think I would be friends with you if it wasn't for comedy to some people. I'm just like, you are not in, like, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, we aren't aligned here. Like,
yeah, like we both came out of the room and you telling me like that was dope. And we all know we all died tonight. Already there's a disconnect there, right? Like, and then I like slowly.
Although I will say, Jamie has like told me after shows, I've been like, yeah, that went pretty well. And she's like, really?
Yeah.
Because she'll be at the back of the room, but I'm in the front, and like the people in the front of the room are laughing, and other people are like,
yeah.
What the fuck's going on? Yeah. So it's always good to have that as well.
Yeah, someone behind, like in your team, who really cares and cares about telling you the truth, right?
Yeah.
Or at least their perspective without any filter. And yeah, I think that's fucking important, bro. So yeah, man, like there's enough information there. I think guys just need to go out and get it if you really care about this thing.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, I would tell young people, like, when people are like, oh, how do you get stage now? It's like, well, run a gig. Like, that's what you guys did. But the problem is, people, like, it's, you know, death squads, basically.
Oh my goodness. You're talking about something else. When you say run a gig and then people start running and hosting their own gigs, like, bro, your first mic can't be you hosting.
And it's also just like, everyone else on the bill is just like markers, and like there's no support, there's no headliners, there's no one good on the.
Like, if I walk in and I'm like, I feel like I'm the best by far, that's not a good show, bro. That's not a good show. That's not good. And like immediately I'm like,
especially not here where you have access to bigger names. Like if you're in Bloemfontein or something, hey, you work with what you got.
100%. But if you're in Cape Town and you're like, no man, like the level of experience is 4 years combined. Like a lineup of 6 people, and the level of like experience is 4 years together. That's insane, bro. Yeah. But it just shows like you have to go to the gigs. Like a lot of guys would ask me, yo, man, I want to like start comedy. How do I? I'm like, come, go to gigs. Like, go to Ground Culture on a Friday, hang out, go like, Tuesday to the Vortex, go to our gig,
And
go
then
to
on
Armchair,
Wednesdays,
go
it's
hang out.
both Armchair and
And Obscene Parrot, go hang out there. Go hang out, see what people are saying, and then also see what comedy is. Because the one special you watched and that inspired you, yeah, you watched some fucking, I don't know, you watched, what's this guy, Matt Rife once, and you're like, cool, I know what I'm going to do here. I just need to find a hot girl in the audience and talk to her. Like, nah, dude, that's not what it is, Could be a part of it, but it's not all that it is. So, like, study the game. I think with everything, you study, like, when I was in animation, you have to, like, look at what's been made before, right? To understand what you can do or what you should do or something, what the possibilities of what you can do.
And the thing is, studying the game isn't necessarily watching specials, because specials aren't real.
Exactly.
Like, that's an edited like piece of footage, basically.
Yes.
It's like done in a way that you think everything's amazing, but on the night, hey, a lot of comedians will tell you that gig was shit, bro. Like, but
This guy did 5 nights, dude, for them to pull out an hour.
exactly.
It's made to be perfect, And as an editor, like, I understand that shit. It's like, yeah, you can tell the cuts here and stuff. This is so perfect. And you'll see that immediately when you go and watch a show. Like, go and watch a show, like an open mic, and you'll start understanding.
You'll see how much looser it is as well. And like, yeah. I mean, for me, like, going and watching comedy was the thing that actually made me realize, oh, wait, I think I can do this.
Yeah.
Because it is, like, so different to what you see, like Chris Rock. It's like, growing up, I watched that and it was like, wow, that's so cool. I wish I could do that, but obviously I could never do that. And then you go to an open mic gig and you're like, yeah, I can do this.
And you bombed it in front of everyone, dude.
Yep, that happened. I had a whole bunch of people come for my first gig because at the time I was like relatively popular in Durban and literally the room was full and I was not very good.
Oh.
I thought I was better than I was. Somebody will tell you so many stories about me from that period.
Simi Arif is out. He speaks of David Kubuga being the, what do you call this, the Yoda.
Yeah.
And I think Simi, it's wild to say, but like I see Simi, because he's been in comedy for a long time. It was
more of an Obi-Wan because he's a bit grouchy.
Yeah, well, I don't even know those references, bro. Yoda, and I just know it's someone important. Yeah, but I think Simi, because he's an older comic, he's been doing this for a while, for a long time, and he's achieved a lot of things in comedy. And the knowledge is also, it's like Yasin also. These guys are so open to like,
but just very different approaches.
Yeah. Yasin will give you a hug. Simi will just be like, fuck you. But with a hug, maybe after 2 days, he'll give you the hug.
Yeah, you got to get to know him a little bit, but or else he's just going to give you shit forever.
I heard on your podcast, bro. That was a hilarious podcast. Hilarious.
Okay, we could chat forever, but
100%.
Yeah, we both I think got things to do, and we've done about an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you one more question that I ask every guest.
Okay, sweet.
What is a big mistake you've learned an important lesson from?
Big mistake that I've learned an important lesson from. Fuck, I have to think about this again now. I knew this question was coming. I'm like,
you literally answered it the last time.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I pulled something out of my ass, dude. It's your fault, Bob. I hope you tell everyone that we had a fire chat also.
We had a whole hour and a half long chat,
and then you got lost people. It's gone now. It's you have to subscribe to the Patreon too.
Bro, I wish, dude.
Okay, what's a big lesson or big mistake that I've learned a lesson from? Well, obviously there's been many mistakes that I've had over the years. I think, but a recent one that I can think of, like last year I did the newcomers. This isn't related to comedy now. Last year I did the newcomers. The showcase, yeah. And no lies, I did not prepare for that thing. And
you only get one shot at that.
Exactly. And I think the mistake was not preparing and not understanding the magnitude of it, which kind of goes against my thinking because I'm like, this is cool, but it's not like the end all be all for me. I know where I'm going.
And it's not, because it is just another step. But like the thing is, it is something that, like, if you can get good footage from that, like that can last you quite a while. And then just in terms of the industry,
100%.
Like, newcomers has become a thing where, we talk.
Yeah.
Like, who popped, who didn't. Like
100%. That's where people see that, oh, this person has this thing. And I think I didn't take that opportunity for what it was, and I fucking ate shit. Like I haven't watched my video. I don't want to watch that video. I saw a bit of it when they were promoting the newcomers, and bro, I could see how I was fighting for a lot of things happened that night that wasn't in my control.
Okay.
Shout out Ebenezer, bro, R.I.P.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was wild on my thing, but it was, yeah, we had a drink after, which was really nice, man.
No, Eb was
but
amazing, man.
dude, so like one of my
Lovely
favorite
as
comics
dude.
also.
Yeah.
One of my fucking, me and him nerded. There was a time he came to Cape Town and we nerded out about Mojack, which is incredible. And yeah, which is like, it sounds obsessive, but me and him were both like, he's like, bro, fucking Mojack's my favorite comic. I'm like, bro, me too, it's insane. And then we just started speaking, and he was also like a super absurd,
Yeah.
expressive, which I really enjoyed, right? Yeah, like not taking that opportunity, like I took the opportunity for granted, and then I ate shit. But from that, I understood that, yo, when I have a chance to play like a theater or an important stage, right? This is not some open mic.
Yeah.
Bring the fire, like work out your gags everywhere else, but when you come here, you bring the fire, and yeah, that could work as like your CV, you know,
Yeah.
throughout that year, and I did that, bro. It worked. I think that changed me as a comedian. Like I've learned that lesson. Any big stage that I'm ever given the opportunity to play, I come through with fire. Like
Yeah.
I did jive a few months later after that, and I thought I was fire. Like I fucking killed.
Yeah. Jav, like I did the same thing here, like this year for Jav. Like, you know, I mean, you've watched me perform. My shit's not for Jav, but I crafted a set that I'm like,
Yes.
I can make these jokes work in this room, and then also just tighten everything the fuck up. Because like when I'm performing, I'm chilling, I'm having a drink,
Yeah.
I'm like quite detached from the audience, and it's all on purpose, you know.
Yeah.
But like in that room, you can't do that.
Yeah, your jokes are more for a thoughtful lager. That's over jive or double O, you know, tweezer vibes. Now fucking around. So yeah, like just preparation, and
Yeah.
or like, and that made me understand that, yo, I am a professional now. You know, if I look at myself as a professional, like I need to lead. I need to lead with that energy, right?
Yeah.
But also that work ethic to become a professional. So yeah, that's the fucking big mistake I made, which I don't have any regrets, because I got this very important lesson out of it, and it's shown. And it's shown in the past like year and a half that, hey man, I need to show up when I'm given the opportunity to. And that's how your peers respect you. And that's how audience members are like, fuck, this guy's actually pretty dope, you know? He's not just the guy who's gonna fucking crumble when the lights are on. So yeah, I guess that's the lesson, bro.
It's a really good lesson to learn.
It's been a fun chat, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's been great. Thank you so much for pulling through.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bob has a dope house, by the way. I don't know if he told you, Durban people, that he's living comfier.
Oh, I'm living way better here than Durban.
Seriously, no, this is comfy.
Like my old flat was quite nice, but this is like my old flat where it's just like spacious and everything.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like when Jam came in, we hadn't yet decorated the place. We just moved in and that, and he was like, "Oh, it looks like a crack den." I was like, "Fuck you."
Hilarious. But Jam was also like a fucking St. Andrew's boy, bro.
Exactly.
Shout out Jam.
That's the thing.
Hope you're enjoying London, wherever you are right now. Peace out, man.